Today's webinar is all about image collection goodness. I would be taking you guys through the PowerPoint presentation and we'll go through some important and useful concepts and examples in regards to the HITAP, which will be helpful while judging the queries and while doing research. I hope this webinar would be helpful by the end of the session. And on that note, let's get started with today's topic. Today's topic is about image collection goodness HITAP. So let's go through the contents for this topic. The first one is overview. We'll go through the overview of the HITAP and the tool, and we will go through a few terminologies which are within this particular process, and then we'll go through tool overview, and then we'll go through different types of ratings we have, and finally summary. So coming to the overview, what is the task all about? The task is within this particular task, we have a title and a set of images. So our job is to determine how well the given title is related to the set of images. So the given collection of images should represent the title. And we need to check how well they both are related to each other. And how we do it? We do it with the help of ratings. So based on the relation between the title and the set of images, we give ratings, particular rating to that particular title or to that particular query. Now coming to the terminologies, title, we all know what title is. It is a word or phrase given to a particular text to identify the subject. So coming to the collection, a collection is a logical set of images or simply collection of images, a group of images, we call it as collection. Detrimental, if you find any uh, any content which is harmful, which you find any explicit content, any sexual content, any swearing words within the title or within the images or within the query, then we have to consider it as detrimental. Now coming to the task tool interface has uh, two important things. One is title and the other one is collection of images. And not only that, along with those two, we have search links, which we call it as research links, where it will be helpful for us to do in-depth research on the title to know what exactly the user's intention is or what exactly the user is looking for. And by using the research links, we can easily identify whether the collection of images are related to the title or not. And coming to the ratings, we give ratings based on the guideline point span. Now, this is the tool overview. Now we have the title here. This we call it as query. And then we have research links beneath the title. So there are two different research links. One is Bing search and the other one is Google search, which will be helpful for us to know the in-depth information about the title and about the images. And these are the set of images. These are the collection of images. We call it as a collection of images. So each and every image is an individual image, and each and every image should relate to the given title. And these are the ratings we have for this particular process, and altogether we have 5 ratings. One is good, bad, detrimental, image did not load, and foreign. So we'll go through the ratings in depth in further slides. Now this is the elaborated information or elaborated explanation about the ratings. We have altogether 5 ratings: good, bad, detrimental, images did not load, and foreign option. Now, these are the guideline points for each and every rating, for each and every individual rating. And we follow these points in order to judge a particular title or a particular query. So we'll go through each and every rating in depth in further slides. Now, there is one option which is very interesting. So whenever you get a query, you will get images which seems to be very small. But when you hover your mouse on any particular image which you want to look, then that particular image will expand, always will zoom out, which will be very clear to view. So for the better view, what we need to do is simply hover the mouse on a particular image which you want to look into, and that image will pop out, or that image will expand for the clear view. And based on it, and based on each and every image, the image quality and the type of image, we compare the images with the set of images with the title, and then we give the rating. Now, coming to the ratings, whenever we choose a particular rating, there will be a reminder for the good rating, bad rating. There will be a reminder to give us an idea whether we are choosing the correct rating or not. So these are the points which will be considered in order to give good rating. So these pointers, we call it as reminder pointers, where it will be helpful for us to easily identify whether we have given the correct rating or not. We have chosen the correct rating or not. So coming to the ratings in depth. So how we need to understand a particular rating, how we can understand a particular rating. So the rating represents the quality of the image or the set of images. So based on the quality of the image, and based on the set of images, and based on the relation between the title and the set of images, we give a particular rating. So what are the points we need to consider or we need to remember when we choose ratings? All the images in the given set should relate to the title. We have to make sure, or we have to check whether all the images in the given set of images are related to the title or not. So we need to check whether it make any sense, or whether those images make any sense to the given title or not. Which means, let's say the user is looking for a particular hotel. And if you get images which are not related to that particular hotel, then it doesn't make any sense. So each and every image in the set of images, in the group of images, each and every image should represent to the given title. And we need to check whether the individual images are adding additional value to the user or not. I'll talk about the additional value in further slides. When we need to choose rating, or when we can give good rating to a particular query. So we need to make sure that all the images are related to the given title, and the set of images are covering the same topic. Each and every image is covering the same topic or not. We need to check. And each and every image should be highly attractive, and it should best represent the title, or it should give the exact information which belongs to the title. And each and every image should add additional value. Again, I'll talk about that additional value in the next slide. So what is additional value here? If you look into this example, there is a title here which says Seaside Beach and Requet Club 3906. So beneath that particular title, there are research links, Bing search and Google search, which will help us to find out what exactly the title here is. So we can easily identify that this title is talking about a particular accommodation, a particular type of accommodation. So now This accommodation, the user is looking for this particular type of accommodation, which means it might be a hotel or it might be a B&B or it might be anything. So here the images are showing the exact information which belongs to this particular hotel. So we can find that each and every image is an individual image. And now adding additional value means each image should give different things or should show uh, different things within the image. For example, this image gives us a different interior or different furniture when we compare to the second image. And so on. If you look into the other images, all the images or all the things within the images are different from the others. So that we call it as additional value to the image, which means it is giving us additional information. So here we can know, we can get to know that this particular hotel or this particular accommodation is having a couch, is having an area to sit, is having one chair, and then there is a dining table here, and there is a kitchen here, and then there is a swimming pool. So each and every image is adding additional values. So this particular hotel is giving or is exactly, this particular title is exactly matching with the images. So we give it as good. Now, what are the additional pointers we need to consider? So we need to check whether there are any similar images or not. If there are any similar images, we need to make sure, or we need to double check whether each and every image, even though they both are similar, we need to check whether they are adding any additional values or not. So whenever we have a good collection, so in order to be a good collection, all images in the set of images should be unique, and it should show different aspects of the subject within that particular image. So even images that look like others can provide additional values, as I've mentioned. So when they offer something, when they are showing, when any particular image is showing something within that particular image, that we can consider it as additional value of that particular image. Now, if we look into the example for the good rating again, here the title is Petite Mason of Fashion Wavy. So here we can find that we can see that the all the images in the set of image is about the same model, but the aspect is it is showing us the outfit, different outfit of that particular model. When you look into the first image, the image is focusing on the watch. The second image is focusing on the goggles and the watch and the outfit and the outcoat. The third image is focusing on the goggles and the t-shirt. The fourth is image the fourth image is focusing on all the costume, and the fifth image is focusing on different pose with only without shoes, but all the other items except shoes and watch. All the other items we can find out in this particular image. So each and every image is giving additional value. Each and every image has an additional value to that particular image, and it is helping us the title, and it is related to the title, and it is helping us the user to know better information, to gather better information from each and every image, so that we can read it as good. So coming to the bad rating, when we need to choose bad rating, if you find that there are any duplicates or any identical images, the same images twice, if it is repetitive image in the set of images, then we need to rate it as bad. If you find that there is an image which is closely identical and doesn't add any additional values, any additional value, then you can mark it as bad. If you find that the image is carrying of a poor quality, then you have to mark it as bad. If you find that the title and the set of images are not related to each other, then you have to mark it as bad. So if you find that the collection of images doesn't make any sense to the given title, then also you have to mark it as bad. Now, this is the best example for the bad rating. So here we can find that all the images look alike. They are identical, and these are not duplicate, but they are identical. These are not copied, or these are not duplicate, but they are identical. And all these identical pictures are not adding any additional value, because this picture is showing the same drums. This picture is showing the same drums. There is no any view, any different view from a different angle. So all the images look alike. They are not duplicate, but they are similar, and we cannot consider it as the good image. So we have to mark it as bad. Now, coming to the ratings, which we have to choose images did not load. Whenever you find that any image which is not loading, or any image which is not showing in the set of images. So if you find any image which is not loaded, the set of images, or if you find all the images are not loaded, if you find the images row is completely blank, then you have to choose images did not load. And if you find any foreign language which is not any or not in English, if you find any text on the image which is a foreign language which is not in English, then we have to mark it as foreign. If you find a title which is in foreign language, we have to mark it as foreign. Now, coming to the detrimental, when we need to choose detrimental, what are the points we need to consider in order to choose detrimental? If you find any adult nature, if you find any sexual acts, or if you find any explicit images, explicit swearing words on the images, so then you have to mark it as detrimental. If you find any offensive content or text, or if you find any hate speech, if you find any profanity, then you have to choose detrimental. If you find any pornography in the image, or any nudity in the image, then you have to choose detrimental. So this is the best example for bad rating. So here the title is Mom to Food Allergy Kid, but we can see that the set of images which are given are not related. Nowhere it is related to the title. And coming to the title, the title is talking about something, and the images we get are different from the title. And whenever we choose bad, sometimes you will be asked to give the reasoning why you have chosen bad to that particular query. Then you need to give proper reasoning here. See here, this is images not related to the title. This is the proper reason why we are giving it this as bad. Remember this. Sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes query will be asking for the reasoning why you have chose that particular query as bad. Now, judging image quality. Whenever you judge a particular image, you need to make sure that there is no blurry in the image. You need to make sure that the image is very clear, and there is no disturbance in the image. The quality of the image should be clear. The quality of the image should be top notch, and there shouldn't be any blurry images in the set of image. If you find any one of those, then you have to mark it as bad. So remember this, even though the images relates to the topic, if the images are not in a good quality, if you find that there is a blurry in the images, then you have to mark it as bad. Coming to the watermark, there is this is a watermark concept where you'll be having an image, and on the image, if you find any watermark, and if it is distracting you, or if it is obstructing you, then we have to mark it as bad. In this case, the watermark is not distracting the user because the focus of the user, the focus is on the it is going on to the image, not onto the watermark, because the watermark is very small and it is not highlighted. So this can be ignored, and whenever a user look into the image, so it shouldn't distract the user. So in this case, this image is not distracting, it is not obstructing because of this particular watermark, and this we can mark it as good. But look into this image is completely or totally distracted because this is the image, and these are the words which we call it as watermark words, and these watermarks are very highlighted, very much highlighted, and we cannot see properly the exact image. So it is distracting the viewer from seeing or from looking into that particular image or focusing on the image. So this should be marked as bad. Now coming to the final summary. So the task is to determine how well the given set of images are related to the given title. So we need to make sure that the quality of the image should be perfect. There shouldn't be any blurry. If there is a blurry in the image, we have to mark it as bad. There are 5 ratings to choose. One is good, the second one is bad, the third one is detrimental, the fourth one is images did not load, and the fifth one is foreign. So we need to choose each and every rating in regards to the title and the set of images and how well they both are related. Coming to the watermarks, if there is no distraction, if there is no distracting content or any distracting watermark on the image or obstructing watermark on the image, you can mark it as good. But if you find any distracting or obstructing watermark or disturbing watermark on the image, then you have to mark it as bad. So this is all about image collection goodness. Thank you guys for joining.